Hey, it's Breeze Harper of the Sister Vegan Project, and I'm reporting to you from my beautiful home. It's December 6th, 2013. Can you believe that? It's going to be 2014 in less than a month. It's crazy. I'm about 4.5 weeks postpartum, and here is Nameless Baby. We have not figured out a name for her yet, but I really like to get to know her spirit, her personality. My husband does too, and we're just trying to figure out the names. What name comes to us when we experience her? So soon we'll let you know. You have about a year actually to register babies that are home births. I think that's pretty cool. People who give birth in a hospital in America, I think you have to not 5 days, but I guess you're there for 5 days if you have a C-section, and 2 days if a vaginal birth, and you have to have a name before you leave. So I think those are, there are pros and cons to both. Because to a year, I think it gets even harder the longer you wait. But I just want to share something funny because, everyone has their unique relationships, cultural relationships to food. So I had a family member visiting me during this postpartum period. I gave birth at home. I choose to keep my placentas whenever I birth. For me, it's not, toxic waste that should be thrown out. It's something that is highly nutritious. It's beautiful, it fed this wonderful baby for 9 months. And with my second pregnancy, postpartum period, my midwife's the assistant midwife, she dried the placenta and turned it into pills, and I eat it. And it's very helpful, just giving you vitamins and minerals, but it's also very helpful to prevent postpartum blues. So this time around, I actually chose to have a piece of my placenta be put into one of my vegan protein smoothies the same day I gave birth. Tasted fine to me. I couldn't even really taste the difference. And then the rest of the placenta, the second midwife put it in a bag and then put it in the refrigerator. And she said, just take off a little piece each day and put it in, a smoothie or something. And, you should only have it in the refrigerator for about 4 days. But if you're not going to eat it after that, then you should freeze it. So the relative that was visiting me asked what was this thing in the refrigerator. So the relative was cleaning out the refrigerator and being helpful, and my husband told my relative what it was. That was my placenta, and my relative freaked out. And no, not being judgmental, it's just observing the differences that people have in their relationships to what should be consumed and what shouldn't be consumed. She or he freaked out. So they were disgusted. They didn't think it should be in the refrigerator, and they made the comment, I'm just gonna go to the grocery store and I'll come back with the kidneys of an animal and put it in the refrigerator. How would you like that? Type of response. I didn't get mad or anything, because I do understand that, like I said, people have their interesting quirks about what should be consumed and what shouldn't be consumed. But it's interesting that this person is an omnivore and basically eats all different types of animal products and doesn't have a problem with that. But it's disgusting to this person that I would have the placenta in the refrigerator, and that probably because I'm eating it. And I was thinking, in the mammal world, I think most mammals, after they give birth, they actually eat their afterbirth for a reason. And many, of course, women throughout the world do that. But in the USA, or if you have a relative from somewhere, not necessarily in the USA, and from a culture that thinks that's weird, then they're just going to think it's weird. So this relative, they'll eat all different types of animal products, not have a problem with it. But the placenta thing had a big problem with that. It's just like, to me, it's funny. It's probably one of the reasons why I find my PhD focus in critical food studies so important. Why is that, like that relationship that one has to food, and why they freak out about certain things. So my husband and I basically just kind of, we were like whatever to the relatives' response. But yeah, the relationship that we have to food and what everyone thinks is normal and not normal. I mean, most people aren't very critical about that. They don't understand that it's not like a universal belief that, oh, isn't placenta eating disgusting? Somehow that came from somewhere. You were taught that. You were taught to be disgusted by people who eat placenta, but not disgusted by eating, if you come from a culture where it's okay to, eat a cow's tongue. Not disgusted by that. Or even more, people who are, I think my husband was talking about how he was talking to some of his colleagues about nursing and my experience with nursing, and I guess he gave too many details because they said, yeah, we're just not comfortable with hearing that anymore. But it's funny because the same people, they drink milk, cow milk, and they're fine with drinking cow lactate and talking about that, and having all different things made out of cow products and cow milk. So they're not disgusted by that, and they're talking about that. Or let's go to Ben and Jerry's and get the free ice cream there. That once a year they have the free ice cream day. So I think those little things are funny to me. They're funny. Curious to see what people think, but I just wanted to share an update with you and hope people are doing well. She's snoring. Yes, that's her. They snore really loud. If you've ever co-slept with a newborn baby, it sounds like a congested elephant is in the room. Seriously, but they're less than 10 pounds making all that noise. Impressive.